Gunther thinks he's fighting a suit who got lucky, costing him one match. He powerbombed that suit through a table just to prove a point, celebrating like the outcome was already decided. What he doesn't realize is that the man he just humiliated didn't lose any power that day. He handed it to someone who might use it against him. Because when Aldis signed away his title as SmackDown General Manager, he didn't hand control to a stranger. He handed it to Adam Pearce, a man with his own history of quietly steering outcomes toward the people he respects. And Pearce has already made it very clear whose side he's leaning toward. Stay until the end, because the final reveal changes everything. Welcome back to WWE Spotlight. Guys, when Aldis signed his SummerSlam contract on July 24th, he had to give up something huge to make it official. His entire role as SmackDown General Manager, handed straight to Pearce. Gunther celebrated that moment like he'd already won, powerbombing Aldis through the very table they signed on. But here's what Gunther missed in that celebration. Pearce wasn't just some neutral replacement stepping into an empty chair. Pearce has run Raw for years with a reputation for backing the people he respects, and he's already shown exactly where his loyalty sits. Days later, addressing the rivalry directly, Pearce pointedly noted that Aldis had made things either much easier or much harder for Gunther, and reminded everyone that Gunther has never once dared to put his hands on him. That's not a neutral observation, that's a warning. Guys, before we go further, if you are enjoying this breakdown, smash that like button and hit subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel grow and keeps these videos coming. Now, back to the story. Think about what Pearce now controls. He oversees both brands, every stipulation, every referee assignment, every contract detail heading into SummerSlam. When Aldis originally planned to reward Gunther with a fatal four-way opportunity if he won at Saturday night's main event, it was Pearce who honored that stipulation even after Gunther assaulted Aldis. Technically fair, but also a decision that ultimately worked against Gunther anyway, since Aldis's interference cost him the win regardless. That's the pattern worth watching. Pearce has consistently made choices that look procedurally correct on the surface, while quietly tilting outcomes away from Gunther. If that pattern holds at SummerSlam, Gunther could be walking into a match where the deck is stacked against him in ways he won't see coming until it's too late. A distracted referee, a convenient countout scenario, or a rule technicality that favors Aldis at the exact right moment. Here's why Gunther is especially vulnerable to this. His entire identity is built on dominance and control, on believing nothing outside his own physical power can decide a match's outcome. He spent this entire rivalry treating Aldis like an obstacle to be removed rather than a genuine threat, which means he's unlikely to even consider that WWE's current top authority figure might be actively working an angle in the background. For Aldis, that would be the perfect equalizer. He's stepping into his first WWE match in nearly 3 years, at 45 years old, against a competitor who's ended the careers of Goldberg, AJ Styles, and John Cena in the past year alone. Pure athletic ability likely favors Gunther overwhelmingly. But a favorable authority figure pulling strings behind the scenes has decided far bigger mismatches before in WWE history. So, is Pearce quietly building toward tipping the scales at SummerSlam, using his new authority to give Aldis a fighting chance? Or is Gunther about to prove that no amount of behind-the-scenes help matters against someone that dominant? Let us know your prediction below. And guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comment section where you're watching from. I genuinely love knowing how far this community reaches.